Hello and welcome to Econ Revo. I'm your host, Al Jamal, and I'm with my co-host, Batman, aka James Williams.
Hey, yes, sir, man. Hey, it's crazy because like I don't know, a lot of people like commenting about that, they like the superhero thing. So we asked Al to come up with one, and I got it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce to you the Hulk. When this man gets mad, he gets mad. Believe me, I have seen it. It is not
Yo,
pretty. It's actually ugly to be real with you. It's ugly as
come
hell to be
on,
real with
man.
you. When he
Don't do
gets
that to
mad,
me, man.
when he gets
Don't do
mad,
that to
he
me.
gets up there. So I think the name fits him. So we got the Hulk and Batman,
The
DC
Hulk
and
and
Marvel here.
Batman. Hulk
DC
and
and Marvel
Batman.
here, man.
I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
mad at it, but let's not paint that picture. I'm not. I'm a good guy, right? And speaking of good guys, what do you think, James? Do you think women like good guys?
Do women like good
And,
guys?
and, and let's go ahead and do it for the ladies.
So
Do
I
us as
got
men, do we like bad or good girls, or do we like the
okay. So I gotta
opposite?
be I gotta be honest here. If we look at Hollywood, because Hollywood, what does Hollywood do? Hollywood gives people what they want
That's
because
what they do.
that's what they want because that's what sells. And if we look at the movies and stuff, Uh, I guess people want the bad person. They want the bad girl. They want the bad guy. It's pretty apparent. I mean, let's look. I mean, let's think about Twilight for a second. She went with like the cold-hearted vampire.
Oh yeah, she took Eddie over. What was
Oh,
old boy
yeah,
name?
Edward over Jacob. She went
Over
with the
Jacob.
cold-hearted vampire over the good dude from down the street.
So
What's
how
gonna
many
happen?
times have you felt like Jacob, bro?
Have I
how
felt
many?
like Jacob?
Yo, how
Man,
many times have you been Jacob, and
I've been
you
Jacob.
felt like she went with Eddie?
There was one. It was once in high school. Twice. No, twice in high school I got Jacob, and then in college.
I got Jacob. Oh, that's good. That's a good term right there.
Yeah, in college, I probably got Jacob. I got Jacob once in college.
I got Jacob more than 4 or 5 times, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a little exaggeration. High school don't really count, I would
Yeah, high school
say.
don't really count.
So
But one did though. One did. One did, and
there
you
was
know which one
one
I'm
from
talking
high
about.
school. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know
For
which one
me
I'm
or
talking about
for
too.
me or you?
I'm talking about for me. 'Cause I talked
Oh,
like that
yeah,
incident.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There was an
So,
incident. There was an incident. Everybody, it was bad.
all right, economists, listen.
I went out bad. I went out bad.
We're gonna do an episode today, and it's called "Dating and Economics," right? And we just believe that dating is directly related to economics, and we're gonna take the next few minutes and talk about how and why they do. And James has a few points that he's gonna go over with us. And shoot, bro, let's go ahead and get it started. So, why is dating related to economics? Like, what kind of stats, what kind of figures relate dating to economics?
All right, so it's crazy. It's like if you've had a girlfriend, I'm talking about from a guy's perspective. 'Cause
From a
obviously,
guy's
women,
perspective, of course,
from a
we're
guy's
men.
perspective, obviously, I can't
We
connect
can't
with
speak
women.
for women, right?
Yeah,
We don't want that.
but from a guy's perspective, if you're a guy, then you know like it can be expensive to have a girlfriend. I ain't gonna cap. It can never be expensive to have a girlfriend. So I just want to see what like average guys would say before looking at polls. I went on Reddit because Reddit's probably the most trusted source in the whole world. And went on
Sure.
Reddit, and I saw people throwing around $400 a month, $500 a month. When you get married, $600 a month. And I mean, like that sounded feasible. And this is like, mind you, this is like for when you're in your like mid 20s, the average couple in their 20s, because generally that's when people are dating the most because they're trying to find Mr. or Mrs. Right. And then I went
So when they're
looking.
trying to find, I'm gonna step in though.
Yeah,
What are they looking? I guess everybody is different,
what are
but
they looking for?
there are certain standards, right? There are certain baseline expectations that men have and women have
I
when
mean,
it
for
comes
me,
to
I mean, for
so
me, I mean, for me, I'm looking for my black queen. We don't know. We don't know if she's out there. We aren't sure if she's out there. But I'm damn sure hoping she's out there.
she
So we
might
got
be, she might not be,
hoping
but
she's out there.
your queen might not be black. Your queen might be Hispanic. Your queen
Yeah,
might be,
yeah.
Russian. Who knows? I mean,
Russian.
I done met a Russian
Oh,
who I thought,
that's
okay,
cold
what's
as
up?
hell. That's cold as hell right there,
Hey,
bro.
but I'm
That's
telling you,
cold.
you cannot discriminate when it comes to dating, right? When you go out and you try to find ways to make money, does it really matter how you make the money as long as it doesn't harm you, as long as it doesn't, put you in danger? You're gonna make that money.
Hey, I mean, hey, Ghost on Power made that money by any means. We know how
Yeah,
that went.
yeah. We don't want to talk about Tasha. So we're gonna let that go.
But
But like
anyway,
just
back to
like
the
dating
numbers.
though, you oh yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, go ahead and do the numbers and
Right,
I'm
so the
gonna
numbers, so
jump
the
on.
New York Post, they had a poll done and everything, and they did over 2,000. They interviewed over 2,000 people, which is that's a pretty good, that's a decent size sample. If you want a really good size sample, I was a poli sci major in college. 10,000 people. If you get more than 10,000 people, that's a pretty good sample. For 2,000, that's decent enough.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they found the average that people generally spend about $168.17 a month on dating. Mind you, there are 50 states. It's a big country. Obviously, California is gonna be more expensive than Alaska. Actually, that's true. Alaska's probably pretty expensive because like you gotta have goods imported exported there. I buy like Tennessee. That's a good example. Tennessee's not gonna be as expensive as California.
Do
And
you
what
think that's a little low though? $168?
it really depends, man. I mean, you gotta think like you got cats with a lot of money out here. You got cats with not a lot of money out here.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. In the last 2 months, I've spent more than that, and I'm a single man, so obviously I'm still, bouncing around. So I guess the more you,
But you got, I don't know. I know you got to think because you got people in rural areas like South Georgia,
you got people
um,
in tourist areas like myself,
yeah,
like
yeah,
us,
upstate
Myrtle
South
Beach.
Carolina, um, or even northern Texas. You got people in rural parts, and you got people in urban areas too. There's a lot with these numbers, but this is like one thing. This is just the average. But the really eye popping number right here is the average amount of money that Americans spend in their lifetime on dating. Al, how much do you think Americans spend on dating in their lifetime?
Well, earlier I know we had mentioned it. I said 100,000.
Yeah, the real number is $121,084, which is like 3 times as much as the average American man makes a year.
That just seems so low. Yeah, that's actually 3 times as much.
That's low.
Well, okay, if you think about it, if
It's
what do
high
you
as
say
hell,
the
man.
lifespan of dating is? Is this including wives and
No,
is this
it's
including
it's
relationships?
it's that dating. I would think marriage would be a different beast right there, because
So
like
let's say we date for 5 years. That's 20,000 a year, my G. Are you spending 20,000 a year in the dating world before you
hope
find
not.
your wife? Ladies, are you
If
spending 20,000 a year before you find your husband? We already know that's not true, okay? But let's cut it in half. Let's just say 10,000 for example, right? So I mean, what determines how much one person spends?
if I think I'm gonna marry her, then I guess like
There ain't no
it's not
cap.
too much. But
There ain't no cap.
if it ends like God, what was the movie on Titanic? Kate Winslet, Leonardo. What was his name on Titanic?
Jake? Was it Jake? I don't
No,
remember.
it wasn't Jake.
Anyway, we get it.
Anyway, but like if it ends like if it ends like Titanic, that's pretty bad. Hopefully, like you want like
Man,
that
I had
person.
somebody actually talk so much trash about Rose because she had a fiance.
Dawson. No,
She,
Jack. It was Jack.
I
Jack
said Jack,
Dawson.
didn't I? Or Jake? Either way,
You said Jack. Yeah, his name was Jack Dawson.
Rose, she did my boy dirty. All right, and you
How
know
she
what,
do him dirty?
bruh? I mean, this dude literally died for her, and she had
I
a
mean,
whole
like
fiance. You can't tell me that she wasn't
you
gonna
can't.
choose her fiance by the time it was all over.
I don't think so. I think in that. I mean, most cases, yeah. I think in that James Cameron 1999 movie, I think True Love was going to win out that one. I'm a rock with True Love there.
Nah, Titanic was when 1960s.
Titanic.
Yeah,
Nah, Titanic was like when it happened.
yeah.
1912. I want to say.
Oh, so it was way before. Okay, so I'm way off. Either way,
This is over 100 years ago.
back then women were
They
under a
went
lot
there
of
dead.
pressure. Their image was really important. Um, but hey, not to get too much off topic. All right, so the market value in the dating world, we have a market value in the dating world. Some of us could be seen as uh, what is it, essential goods, and others could be seen as luxury goods, right? Me personally, I think I'm an essential good. James,
I
Batman,
don't know. I don't know, man. I don't
what,
know.
what would you consider yourself?
Me? I'm like I'm like gasoline. You gotta have me. You can't
That's an
live without
essential
me.
good. That's an essential good.
Yeah.
So you're not a luxury good. You're not like, but hey, a lot of us want the luxury goods. A lot of us really wanted to be Albert Brenneman and get us an Allegra Cole.
I don't know
Those of
what
you
that
that
is.
seen the movie Hitch, this cat hasn't seen the movie. So, and that movie essentially, pretty much, Albert Brenneman was a goofball. Allegra Gold was like this superstar, and he actually hired somebody to hook them up, and it worked. It was successful. But like we all know, in a million years, there would not be an Albert Brenneman and a Allegra Cole. Just wouldn't happen.
Probably
If
not.
you if there are some Albert Brennemans and Allegra Coles, I want you to personally contact me, the Hulk, or Batman, and I want to see. And I'm going to congratulate you. And I'm going to ask you all for all the advice because I'm starting to look like Albert Brenneman out here. Not gonna lie, if I don't get back in the gym, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. But I read an article, man. I read this article, and this article pretty much said, like, yeah, we are so like the dating game. It can be seen just as it can be seen as the economic game, right? You meet someone, you decide whether or not they will be good for you, right, in your life, right? And a lot of the times we consider how much a person makes as whether or not, hey, this person's either too broke for me, they make just enough money for me, or they make more than what I require, right?
That's
Like
right.
we can't pretend like we don't do that.
It's real life too. I mean, that's always been the way of the world. Cause like even like in like, I guess people want to say the olden days, like when like when a family would marry their daughter off, like they would have to like present a dowry to like the husband. So he had reasons so that he would have like a better chance of like starting their family and life together. People have always considered assets when it comes to dating, and
Arranged
it's still the
marriages
case.
too, right?
You said what?
Arranged marriages, like
Yeah,
when
facts.
they
Arranged
arrange
marriages.
marriages, they don't arrange it off of love.
And this isn't an accident. This is happening all over the world. This has happened in India, China, Africa, England. Like this has happened all over the world with different cultures that never met. So like this is like obviously something that happens pretty naturally with human interactions. Like where people consider assets before you tie the knot.
You know, I didn't do that in the dating game. I dated a lot of girls who didn't even have a car, right? The bare basic asset to have. Now, don't get me wrong. I also dated somebody for 2 years and I didn't have a car myself. However, I always contributed to the payment. I always contributed to the gas. I contributed to the repairs, right? So I played my part, but I made sure I wasn't a liability.
So yeah, so like that right there, that plays sort to the next point, the next topic, like money outside of dating. So like the cost, like guys, like fellas, like I know like you gotta go get your haircut. Like me, like I got my barber, I pay $27 every time for my haircut with my barber. I pay I pay $22 I think for the bill, and I tip him $5. I tip like I give a tip just like I don't know. That's just sort of how it is out here. You tip your
Oh yeah,
barber,
you
then
got to tip your barber.
you got
If
to
you
tip your
don't tip
barber.
your barber, you're a jerk. All
You're a
right,
jerk,
start
yeah.
tipping your barber.
You got to tip your
All
barber.
right,
Facts.
I'm just gonna
And
say
then
that.
and then you got like
You
you
don't
got
want to see the
shoes
hope.
and the whole. But
Go
yo,
ahead, man. Finish your
I'm
point.
dead. I'm right there. I gotta get used to that. The hope though. But then you got shoes though. Like I got 25 pairs of shoes. 20. No, you know what? I got 28 pairs. I have 28 pairs of shoes. I got a
You
lot of
got
shoes.
what?
Yeah. I got 28. I got Tims. I got Jordans.
Got like
I got
5.
Nikes. I got my D Roses. I got a pair of Currys. I got a lot of shoes. I got
So you
28
do
pairs.
all that for the dating game, is what you're saying?
No, I mean like
These are
a
your
little.
assets for.
I mean a little bit. I mean I gotta flex a little. I don't
Uh,
flex with a lot of things. I do flex on. I do with my shoes. I flex with my shoes. I
so
will
these are
not.
your assets to try to reel
Yeah,
in, that big investor, right?
yeah. I mean I guess. I mean yeah. This summer I tell you what. This summer when I went to I went to the music festival called Rolling Loud this summer, and that was a great music festival. I was trying to buy these $300 pair of Jordans. I got the Jordan 12 flight Indigos, and like I was trying to get them before the concert, and like they weren't anywhere in Atlanta, anywhere in the whole.
I don't wear Jordans anymore.
You said what?
I don't wear Jordans
You,
anymore.
you say you don't wear Jordans
No, I
anymore.
definitely don't. I don't have
You're,
a pair of Jordans. No,
you're a
I have
junkie.
I have one pair that I bought a little while ago. That was the last pair I will buy.
You're against the culture.
I'm get culture. Jordans are not culture.
Jordan's part of
Jordan
the culture.
Jordans are not culture. Jordans are
Jordans
Jordans
are
are
part.
Jordans are a liability. Let's get this
Jordans are
straight,
a
right?
part of black culture. I'm
Let's
sorry,
get
like
this straight. That's a liability because
it's a part
Jordan
of black culture.
because what the black community does about Jordans, they invest more in Jordans than they do in themselves. Right? That's facts. They don't think about, and this is why we talk about dating and economics.
I
Because
mean, shoes are a stat. I've heard a lot of women say that the first thing they look at with a guy after like how he looks are his shoes.
right, you just proved that. You just said you had 28 pairs of shoes. But to my point, Jordans. If you by the time you buy 10 pairs of Jordans, you would have already spent about $1,300.
Okay.
All right, just to impress a potential woman, right, or male, or whoever, or somebody. Maybe you just want to impress yourself. Maybe you just like
flex. You gotta flex.
You don't gotta flex, man. I think that's what's a part. I think that's what's a part. I think that's a part. I think that's partially the problem with the dating game, and that's partially the problem with these new so-called entrepreneurs is they want to look good before they actually know the fundamentals of actually running a business. People want to look good before they know the fundamentals of being in a relationship. I'm sorry to get on my soapbox here, but you know me.
So I do want to say this in like how people portray you. That's important. I'll tell the audience a funny story. I remember my freshman year of college. I came to college. I had an Android phone. I had a Galaxy S Edge. I don't know. I forget where it was. I liked the phone a lot. I got to college and like you get Android phone. If you text someone with an iPhone, it comes up as a green text. And like my freshman year, like I would like talk to girls. I'd get their number or whatever, and I would text them. And like, a lot of times, like they would not reply back because like they would get that green text, and I didn't realize this until like my sophomore year. I got an iPhone.
We don't rock with that green text.
You said what?
We don't rock with the green text.
We don't rock the green text. And
that's the shadow part of me. I do not rock with green text. If you text me and it's green, you already lost.
That's bad.
5 points.
That's bad.
And you only got 6. So.
And like I when I switched to iPhone, and they saw the blue text, I never had that problem ever again. So like it was literally like a light switch. It was like a light switch. I gotta be real. It was like a light switch. If like my whole life changed because like I never had that problem anymore, and like I was up to code. I gotta be honest though, like Apple and Steve Jobs and Tim Cook, they owe women everything, all their success to women because they owe all their success to women. Because women dominate.
Well, you always saying some reckless stuff, boy. But go ahead.
Women dominate the dating game, and they want a guy with an iPhone. That's just facts. You got to have an iPhone nowadays. Gotta be real.
I'm going to a wedding tomorrow and or a Friday, and the male has a Samsung, and the woman has an iPhone. So there are some exceptions out there. Don't feel bad.
That's
right?
true love right there, though.
You don't have to get an iPhone.
That's true love. That's true love right there, though.
It is. It is. It definitely is. I actually got to give a speech at that wedding, so wish me luck, huh? When I talk, sometimes it's a interception or a touchdown. You never know. You never know what's going to come out.
That's James Winston right there.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe I just let you compare me to that dude. But yeah, man. Like the market value, man. So you think what you wear, how you present yourself, is your actual market value in the dating game? What other things could be your market value?
Well, other things could be your market value. There's
like we hear Kevin Samuel talk about this all the time. Your market value, value. And I read an article.
Don't bring him up.
No, hold on. I did. Too late. And I read an article from an economist that said that we all have market values. Like, so in the dating game, like, what do you think? What do you think your market value is? Is it above a certain? Okay, let's say if we were to measure it from 1 to 10. All right, you James, Batman. What would you say your market value is from 1 to 10?
I'm gonna leave that undisclosed right now. I'm gonna leave that undisclosed.
Gee, no, they want to know.
You said what?
They want to know what Batman's market value is or what he believes it is.
Hey, you know what? I'm like for me, I would say I'm like Bitcoin was 4 years ago. Not worth a whole lot, but in 4 years' time, everyone's gonna be talking about it. That's what I would say. That's what I would say about me. That's what I would say about me. That's what I would say about me.
Oh man.
But I do want to make one point though. I would say like at least like I hear a lot of women say this, especially a lot of black women say this. the guy with the highest market value, who is like he's sort of off the market now, but not permanently because like he's not married yet. The person I've heard with the highest market value probably in the world right now is Michael B. Jordan. You know, the superstar actor, did the movies Creed, did the show
That's
Friday
one of
Night Lights.
those. He's one of those
What's
luxury goods. We talk about luxury goods here.
he's a luxury essential. I mean, he's pretty much everything. I mean, when you play Killmonger and Black Panther, you're gonna become all that. So I've heard a lot of women say that like he like
Fruitvale Station was good too. Now
that Fruitvale Station.
that's probably what really set him off. I mean, before his childhood movies, he played in a couple of childhood movies, but Fruitvale Station really brought him back on the map, in my opinion.
Yeah, it made him a serious actor.
It took him a while. It took a while to get him back, though.
But yeah, I've heard like women say he's like the sexiest man in the entire world, and it's just like he offers a lot. So if you don't know, he dates Lori Harvey, that's Steve Harvey's daughter. Very attractive young lady, and they're together right now. A lot of people always like they moon over those two because he's always taking her out to like fancy places. Like the dude rented out an aquarium for her for a whole night just because his nickname for her is Turtle. Like that's clout right there. You gotta be real. That's clout.
It's gonna be hard to keep up with.
You can't keep up with that.
To go and rent out a whole venue for your girl, your lady. Ain't too many cats can do that out here, bro. You know what I mean? So like his market value obviously is gonna be a lot higher. He's a famous actor. He has money. Like we're like no market value at that point is just like there is no cap, right?
There's no cap.
You know, this man could probably have anybody that he wants. There are a couple actresses out there, the same situation. They could probably have anything that they want. But for regular people, like for a person like me, person like you, like I still don't get it. Like
right
what?
Now.
What?
For right now.
Yeah, for now, because
regular right now.
Regular right now. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't even think we are regular. But let's just go ahead and say for for now's sake. But like me personally, I don't think your attire should really decide your market value. I don't think
it shouldn't.
I don't think the car you drive should decide your market value. I think we all play so deep into this game of who has the best clothes, who has the best shoes, who has this, who has that, and we end up trying to chase. We end up being in the rat race, trying to impress the next person, not really getting to know who they are, and dating them based on who they are versus what they have.
I mean, like, there's some truth in that. Like, life is really, like, at the end of the day, like, it's one never-ending competition. It's like, there's this quote that I always like to say. I forget. I heard this famous NFL player say it once, and it always stuck with me. He said, "The sun's always shining when you're number one." And like, so like, what that means is like when you're the top dog, like when you're it in that moment, the sun is shining. And like, people say, "Oh, what about rain or whatever?" It can be raining outside and the sun is still shining. Let's look at LeBron James, for example. Like LeBron, like why is he still doing this basketball stuff? Because he's number one right now. Because like he's still the top name, and he's not. And like there are other great players contending with him. You got Giannis, you got Steph Curry. So it's raining a little bit on his sunny day, and his sun is probably setting soon. But he's still number one right now. And but that's the second part of the quote that I added. The sun's always shining when you're number one, but then it might not because someone else is going to come. So your market value fluctuates. There's going to be someone else next. There's going to be someone up next.
So your market value really is dependent on who. What do they say? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Because your market value could be to someone else. It could be a 10 or the next person could be a 4, right?
And then crazy thing is the next day, the person that was a 10 the day before, it could fall to a 5.
Yes, they could. Yes, we could. It is life. It's exactly that could happen. Man, yeah, this whole dating thing, man, I feel like it's directly related to economics. I think women choose who they want to be with, not solely, but it holds a lot of weight how much you make. Men, we typically go based off of your looks, and then we go based off of your education, your knowledge, your ability to control your emotions, which is far and few, apparently. Let me not say the wrong thing before I get attacked on this thing, but
oh my god,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would say this though, if ladies, if you're wondering like what men want, like yeah, like looks are important and everything. For most guys out here, like they really want to check who like is going to support them, like support
Like
them in
straight
their
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
like support them in their endeavors, support them in like what they're going through in life. Like I mean, like death happens, knock on wood. But like death happens, life happens. A lot like people get fired. We just saw the pandemic and everything. Like, that's probably the thing that like a man would want most. At least I would want most. You want someone who's going to support you. So
Yeah, and it's like I think a lot of people get
supporting.
mixed up. One thing too is that they think when you merge your life with someone else, whether you're dating or you're gonna marry them or whatever, I think a lot of people think that you have to lose yourself. You shouldn't have to lose yourself if you're gonna merge your life with someone else. If that's too big of a compromise, it's too big of a sacrifice. Eventually, you're gonna come out. You are gonna come out if you try to subdue yourself. So don't let that be the case. If you merge in your life with someone, that you lose yourself. Go ahead, still pursue your dreams. Go ahead and still pursue what you like. Believe in what you believe in. Disagree with your partner, but still commingle, be together, coexist. You don't act. You don't
Big
have to
one. Yeah,
be
that's a big
one.
one. Yeah,
You could be
coexist.
two halves that come together as one, but then also separate and then come back together as one, and also separate.
Coexist is a big one. And then one more thing I want to say right here is since we're on that topic, like when people usually settle down, we looked at some stats in the United States. The average woman gets married at age 27. Average man gets married at age 29. But what's also
So there's still
interesting,
hope for me. I'm
yo,
31.
bro,
I'm
yo,
31 by the way, so I'm 2 years over. You know what I mean?
hey,
But you
but
know me, I don't like to
actually, you know
go with
what?
the norm.
Actually, but I got more stats though. So like for black men, because you asked me to look that up. For black men,
I did, I did.
the average black man gets married at age 32 and a half.
You hear that, ladies?
And yeah,
Hey, you only got a little bit more time before the Hulk is 32. You got about 9 months, so hey, yeah, that clock ticking.
and the average woman is age 31.7 years when she gets black. Well, average black woman is 31.7 years old when she gets married.
Hmm, those are interesting. So it's
Yeah.
only a couple years behind the national average of
Well,
as a
ahead.
conglomerate,
Yeah,
right,
ahead.
as a whole. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's only a 2 year difference. I thought it would have been more. I thought it would have been a lot higher. But hey, those are the stats.
And then our last topic before we roll up is can men and women be friends?
Oh, this is a good one.
This is a good one.
Absolutely.
That's what he says.
Yes,
That's
they
what he
can.
says.
I'm a walking testament. I'm a walking testament. You laughing, but I'm a walking testament. I feel like once I'm in that friend zone, I have no problem keeping it that way. Now, even if I'm attracted to you and we become friends, and then I, I figure out if we're gonna be compatible or if we're at least even gonna try to see if we're compatible. But you friend zone me. Once you friend zone me, that's it. I'm staying in the friend zone.
So
I don't
like
know about you, James.
for me, like it's really for me. I would say like it really depends. For the most part, no. I would say like for men and women, like it's really hard for men and women to be friends. I say if like two people aren't like that like mutually attracted to each other, then yes, they can be friends at that point because attraction is like key. But if you are like, because I've had like if you, I'm not gonna spill out my personal business out here like that. But
Go ahead, man. They want to know about the Batman.
I
Go
I
ahead,
I
man.
ain't gonna talk about my personal business, but like not all of it at least. But like at least for me, like I've seen that like if there are two people like and y'all are friends and you guys are actually like attracted to each other, something's gonna give at some point. Like something's gonna give, something's gonna be said, and then like you're into like no man's territory at that point. You don't know what's going to happen really. I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides where like there was a girl and she didn't want to be friends anymore. I've also been on this other side too where like I didn't want where I was talking to I was friends with the girl and I didn't want to be friends anymore with her. I
So
want
you
to
wanted more.
yeah I want more. So I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides of the coin before, and
But so you don't think that men and women can just be friends without
it
actually
is
having
hard.
like you can have the desire, right? I can have a desire to want to do more with someone, but I also have the respect to make sure that I don't cross any boundaries and I respect the friendship more than I respect or more than I want to do whatever that desire is.
Respect is everything. Respect is everything. And like like me, like I always show respect to people. You show me respect, I show respect back. That's how I always operate. That's how I was raised. Like something's generally gonna get. It's really hard for men and women to be friends. It's
You
not
know, it's
impossible, but
interesting that
right.
you bring that up. It's a great point because a lot of I think I saw somewhere. I don't have the actual stats, but I feel like a lot of people meet their significant other at their job. And then since we're talking about economics, right, your job is, you know, part of economics, right? What type of position you hold could absolutely determine who you spend the rest of your life with. Heck, if you're a doctor, you know, you're probably gonna be close to somebody in the medical field. You're probably gonna find somebody in the medical field.
Yeah, probably.
If you work in the hospitality industry, you're probably gonna find someone in the hospitality industry. I can tell you a handful of my friends that have met in the hospitality industry, as well as in their career paths, and they've met their significant other. So,
I would not. At least for me, I would not get. If I was working with somebody, I would not get like that's always been a rule of mine. I would
you
not
know,
get
it's
involved.
funny, and a
I
lot
would
of
not get
people
involved.
say that. And with that stat, you would think that would, and I hear that more from our African American culture, from our group of people, where they won't get because they think it's messy, they think it's wrong. But then you look at our counterparts, white Americans, they getting married from their coworker with their coworkers.
That's
Like
true.
it's working out for them. So I never did get that. I never did get why we always say something like, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that because it's messy." But then you're
I
missing
had
out on an
noticed that before.
opportunity. You're missing out on. I've experienced it. Like I had a drop dead gorgeous girl. I won't mention her name, but I really was into her. I felt like she was into me, and then eventually it all crumbled because she didn't want to be involved with somebody at work. And
Yeah.
that's what was said, but it could have been something completely different. Could have been a couple different things. But like,
Oh, wow.
that's another point to dating is related to economics because a lot of times we meet someone or our significant other, long term, short term, whatever, at the place that we work. Whether they're a customer, whether they are a coworker, whatever, it happens more often than not. Go ask your friends. Go count the friends that you have that you have and find out who is actually dating someone they met at work. I can name 4 right now, easy.
Big facts. Big facts.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, the people heard it here at Econ Revo, man.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Heard it
did.
here.
So, hey, final words like choose your significant other. You know, not based on material market value, but who they are as a person, and then determine their market value from there. Right. I think it's very shallow if you only date someone based on their economic status. But then again, is it really shallow? Is it really shallow?
I don't know.
Now, now that I say that, I might be talking about me. I haven't always been this way, but I have said that I will not date another girl who doesn't have a car.
But you know what I was
Is
saying
that
though?
too much to ask?
Oh man.
Go
Hey,
ahead, bro.
but you know what I was saying? I was thinking like now, like depending on on the type of response we get for this episode, I was thinking maybe we should bring on like a lady
Oh, well,
on the
we
next
definitely
episode.
should. Yeah, if you want to
Maybe,
be a part of the next
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
we welcome you. Just reach out to us. We'll have a conversation, and we'll do it. We
Yeah.
allow any guest, just about. I would say.
We gotta, we got a couple. We got. I got at least. I know I got a couple. I got a couple people in mind. I know Al has a couple people in mind that he's brought up in the past that we could bring up. Sure. I'm sure that would be interesting. That would get everyone's attention right there.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just do the right thing when you find your significant other. Forget all that stuff I said about don't find them off of their economic status. That is important. That's a part of you being successful in a relationship. Because if you try to date somebody that's broke and bad with money, it's probably not going to end well, right? So don't get nobody that's bad with money. That's all I gotta say about that. Other than that, they don't got to be rich, but don't get anybody that makes poor decisions when it comes to money. Until next time.
I do want to say one thing. I do want to say one thing real
Okay,
quick.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
want to give a hint for a future episode. It probably won't be next episode, but it's coming up soon because a lot of people are talking about it right now. I'm gonna give one word: Shiba coin. Shiba coin.
Until next time, if you don't get it, you don't got it.